Hey y'all, I'm Wilson. Welcome to my little shop here. I got a vent hood I'm working on. I'm trying to do some videos on. This is going to be video number 2. That's the bottom part of it there. I think the first video I showed you how I was just starting the bottom part, my layout, and what I was doing, my little curved piece there. Let me stick you up here on my little camera stand here. Like I say, y'all excuse the mess. But this is what we got so far. Alright. First video I did, like I said, I told you how I got my curve, how I made my layout and got all that. I made my bottom, just the actual piece, but now I have took and I've turned it into faux panels, which is just, I've got alder plywood, and what I did is I've got 3/8 material that I just applied to it, used 23 gauge nails to nail it on there to make it look like a panel. It's cheaper and easier to do than actually building panels, putting them all together. Plus, with the plywood, it gives me more of the strength that I need on this. But anyway, that's that. You can see the bottom's raw. I still got a little piece of trim the nail on there, and I've got a piece that goes on the top. But I've got to get my curved piece up here. And like I said, this is my jig that I made. This is my curve. I went ahead and I added a little 1/2 inch piece, top and bottom there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut my ribs next, my curved ribs. So I'm gonna cut them to height to fit in between here, and I'll set this on there and I'll mark those out. I'll have 2, I might do 3 ribs here, and then I'll have 2 ribs here, 2 ribs here, one in the back, one here. They'll all curve up. And this is what they mount on right here. It's just a piece of 1/2 inch plywood. Mount it on here and cut this out because I've got to have duct work going through. But when it's all said and done, my hood will be right there. So now I've got to set up and cut my ribs and put those on here, and then I've got to do a whole nother setup to do a corner rib on here. But anyway, I've got that. Like I say, that's that. And I'm forgetting this piece right here. This is my bottom. I will have some bracing coming off of that, and this piece will screw onto the wall. That'll screw to the wall. Of course, I'll have my bracing on there, like I say. It'll screw to the wall. The vent hood will get, the actual vent will get set in here. We'll cut a hole out. The vent will set in here. That'll screw onto the wall. And then this whole hood, the whole thing will be able to slide on or slide off. This fits right in there like that. And then they've got to run their pipe. They've got to get everything inspected. So you've got to leave it open so they can do all that. So that'll be mounted to the wall. This whole thing, like I say, I added these cleats to the top. That's going to be to screw the cowl to. And then I added this little 4-inch board here, and that'll sit on top of that plywood band, or that plywood bottom. Y'all excuse me, I have been blowing and going all day, and I'm getting a little tongue-tied and rambling on. But anyway, that's what I got so far. I'm fixing to cut these ribs, and once I get these ribs cut and get a little more going on here, I'm going to do another video and let y'all see how it's coming. Anyway, I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that's been watching. I need to do more videos, but I got to get in just the right mood to start doing the videos, and I've been kind of stressed out here lately. But I'm going to try to start doing some more. Anyway, I'm going to cut this thing off, quit rambling on. I'm going to get that top finished for that thing, get it all put together. We'll do another video here in another couple hours and show y'all how we're doing. Appreciate it, y'all. Have a good one. I'll see you on the next one.